What does community mean to you?
It is extended family. We are happy to be part of it to help others.
For me, it's a connection.
Diversity and harmony together.
It is all about embracing and accepting everyone and respecting everyone, irrespective of their backgrounds, gender, race, religion, and the languages they speak.
The York Region's Community Safety and Wellbeing Plan is our long-term social development and prevention framework, made up of proactive, targeted, and community-driven actions. Since 2021, the Community Action Tables allow York Region to partner with and build the capacity of local communities. Community Action Tables are situated in South Central Richmond Hill, South Central Markham, Central Newmarket, and Northern Georgina. Over the next 2 years, residents across the 4 focus areas will continue to leverage strengths and bridge gaps to address issues linked to mental well-being, housing, and economic stability.
I think it's been an honor to walk alongside these communities and their growth. We've seen amazing growth from our Community Action Table leads. We've seen amazing growth from our community ambassadors at the tables, as well as the capacity for our agencies to collaborate. I think that's been the most exciting thing for me to see from the region is like how the region and its different branches and departments have been able to come together and collaborate with partners where we never really would have collaborated with before. And I think that having the platform that exists in these areas where we're not having to recreate the wheel on partnerships has really allowed us to really drive change in some of these areas, but also integrate lived experience, where I think was something that was more difficult to do before the Community Action Tables existed.
I've worked in York Region for about 15 years now, and I've been a social worker across the GTA for over 35 years now. So I think we're seeing year 2, we're making greater strides because of the length of time that has been invested in the communities. So I think with that being kind of established over the last year or so, moving into year 2, we can see much more strategic housing in particular priorities being addressed, being strategic around action plans and projects that'll make a difference. Also more resident and tenant involvement, more leadership development, which I think helps it become owned by the community.
Equitable, effective, and sustainable community-driven actions acknowledge the diversity of our communities. Over 100 agencies and resident partners collaboratively support the initiatives under the Community Action Tables. In addition to York Region, members of the Community Action Tables also include community ambassadors, local service providers and municipalities, school boards, York Regional Police, and United Way Greater Toronto.
My name is Jack.
Sherry Ann Harrison.
Mal Rice.
Risa. And I'm a community ambassador for the South Central Richmond Hill Community Action Table.
Almost 2 years at the Community Action Table.
With the Newmarket CAT.
For the Northern Georgina Community Action Table.
I act as an ambassador, which is, I guess, a community voice. My job is to sit on our committees, and as we talk about different aspects of, in our case, housing stability and mental well-being, it's to educate the powers that be on what's going on with, people who have their boots on the ground, if that makes sense.
Strong partnerships at the Community Action Tables continue to play a crucial role in the success stories being heard in the local communities.
We have a lot of success stories that we kind of bank on in terms of the movement of the South Markham CAT. And today, it's remarkable how South Markham CAT has even grown. And the kind of participating engagement that has actually happened. One of the key elements of our work this year has been in terms of preparation for a major research project with York University in partnership with York University. Thanks to the South Markham Community Action Table, we have been able to reach out to community members, we've been able to reach out to service providers, various levels of government, various levels of funders to come together and try to talk about these issues with a common direction, rowing in the same direction, looking at the problems as a collective as opposed to as individual silos.
Today we are in Newmarket Heights at Maple Leaf Public School running an affordable food market. So the idea is making food accessible to everyone and having local seasonal produce. York Region Food Network has had the opportunity to be part of the community action tables in a number of the communities. And it's a great way for collaboration, coordination, from a service perspective for us to be able to talk to other organizations. It has just been so important.
We've had a whole bunch of different things that we've been doing. We started Try and Chat at Crosby Heights Public School for the Yazidi and new Turkish refugee families that have moved into the Richmond Hill, South Central Richmond Hill area. We're connecting with the Housing Help Center in York Region, and we got some funding to be able to provide more housing support for our South Central Richmond Hill residents in our area.
My favorite initiative at the table this past year has to be our community tea, which we held on April 22nd, because it gave us an opportunity to really build relationships, further relationships with the stakeholders at the table, and to reintroduce ourselves as the lead for the South Central Richmond Hill Community Action Table with the community at large.
Community development work, in my mind, is essential. We all are people. Humans need to be working together. So what better way to do it than come up with solutions that are developed by those that need the solutions, both in Newmarket and in Georgina. Those are the ones that are going to last. If people are building it together, they'll last.
The region has continued its strong tradition of partnership with United Way Greater Toronto. With the support of Quick Action Grants by United Way Greater Toronto, CATS were able to empower resident leaders and community agencies to accomplish many actions from each action plan.
So my role as a community engagement facilitator is to fill all the gaps where I can, help community members outside of the work hours, their family time hours, and ensure I can be an advocate, help them apply for grants, do anything that can expand their community experience.
Residents have come up with unique and more better ideas to really help out the neighborhood. From last year as well as this year, the Quick Action Grants have really funded some great projects. It's funded a project which is as simple as doing a barbecue in a park for parents with autistic children so that they have a community to build together, to as complicated as empowering women and giving them confidence by a Women's Centers of York Region.
At the region, we look forward to continuing to share more stories of impact as they emerge through the ongoing work of the tables.
We thank you for your amazing work, and thank you for every day showing up to the table to lead this work for us.
This work is supported by great partners.
Driven by community.
We are stronger.
We're breaking down silos.
We're making meaningful connections.
All right, looking forward to 2024.
Great. Woo!